Hey everybody, I just finished up doing a little hood vent modification for my 2003 Cobra. I'm just going to show you what I did, how I did it, and the reason why. So this is the end result. This is the factory OEM hood vent for an '03 Cobra. And first thing I did was I cut every other one of these plastic, I don't know what you would want to call them, strips or what have you. So the reason for doing that is just to allow the heat to flow out of the hood easier, just because it just frees up more open space, and also I think it looks a lot better like this with the vent opened up like that. And I also cut this piece off. This piece normally kind of clicks in underneath, and I guess it's the reason for it being there, I guess, would be to help to prevent water from getting, under your hood through the vent. But based on everything I read, it's not a big deal if you take it off, and you really don't have to worry about water getting in there because of the angling and where the hood vents are located. Not that much water should get in to where you have to worry about it. Plus, all those aftermarket hood vents, they're opened up too. They don't have any kind of a covering like this, and people seem to be just fine with them. So, yeah, that was the main reason for cutting this guy off, and then cutting, half the pieces off that were here was just to basically allow heat to flow out of the hood better. Here, I'll kind of show you. I'll put it up here. So this is what it'll look like once I put it in, and I just think that's kind of like just a nicer, cleaner look. And the nice thing about doing this modification is it's basically almost completely free. So I mean, all you need to do is cut these pieces out, and it's cheap plastic. So to be completely honest with you, I'm not exactly thrilled with my work. I wish I would have known. I wish I would have knew what I know now about doing this, and I would have did it a little bit differently. So I'm just going to kind of share the small mistake that I feel that I made, and maybe help you get the vent cut a little bit nicer and look a little bit cleaner. It's probably hard to tell in the video, but there's just like a little bit, tiny amount of like the plastic frayed, if you will, and because the first vent I did, which was this one, which is not as clean of a job as the second one. Again, I'm not really sure how good the video will show that, but the second one came out a lot nicer. Because the first one, I used these cutters. I thought I could just kind of, just slip it in there and cut, as gently as I could, and it just didn't. They're really close together, and I just ended up kind of nicking a couple of them a little bit, and I gave that up, and the next one I just used like a box cutter. And you just got to be really careful not to scratch or cut, the splines that you plan on keeping on the vent. But I believe that the box cutter actually worked out better. It gave a nice cleaner cut, and that's another thing that you got to do. So after you cut every other one of these splines out, next, unless if you're really good and artistic, you're probably not going to get all these bottom stubs, if you will, perfect. So I took like a file, and I just filed each of them down as smoothly and as evenly as I could, so that when you look at it like through the back, it's more even, and it just looks a little bit like a cleaner job, if you will. So these are the little things that I did to try to just make it look a little bit more professional, and that it's actually supposed to look like this. And then when I was completely done, I just used some black spray paint, and I actually painted the vents too, to just kind of just make it look a little bit cleaner again. So again, that's all you got to do is just a cutter, maybe a file, some paint if you want to paint over them, and just take your time. Make sure you do just really nice and clean work, and it'll come out pretty good. And I mean, it's pretty much a guarantee that you're gonna get more heat out of the engine bay by doing this, because you figure this plastic piece underneath it, I mean, that's blocking the airflow a lot. So by taking that piece off and then cutting half of these off, I mean, the air is just going to flow more freely out of there, so it's going to reduce the temperature underneath the hood of your car. I mean, how much will it? I don't know, but it definitely will help a little bit. So if you're kind of have the mentality that every little bit helps, this is a little something you can do that is, again, just about free, that will make a small difference. And again, I do think it looks a little bit nicer this way. So anyways, yeah, have a good one.